Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanics. This is the last of the bird, Shell and myself multiplayer footage for a little while. Luckily, we can get probably a good 6 days out of this. I don't know, it's a long session. But anyway, I started the recording a little bit late, so just for frame of reference for what they're talking about, Shell and Bird are talking about Renaissance portraiture. Just figured I'd put that in. Anyway.
Like, 8 heads is a little bit elongated. I always thought that...
Yeah, that's a little bit Renaissance.
I always thought that I preferred, like, anywhere between 6 and 7 heads. It just always seemed to be
That's
right...
kind of squat.
No, 7. Like, maybe 7. Because 8 was just way too tall. But, so it goes down, and, like, obviously if you're doing, like, cartoony things, like chibi characters, it's, like, 2 or 3 heads.
1 head. 2 heads, yeah.
Well, I don't even know how 1 head exists. At that point, that would just be a portrait.
I know.
Thing. There isn't even a body.
That's a good point. I had exaggerated too far.
But it was interesting because when you get to like 4, 5, yeah, maybe for like 4, 5, 6, it just, they look weird. Either they look like children or definitely like what you would find in some stylized video games or like platformers where the characters have to be shorter. So, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I find that when I draw, I tend to lean towards 8 heads, which is a little bit on the alien, like kind of too perfect and square size. But it's just easier to measure proportions if everything is even. So that's what I roll with.
Yeah, I've always found that 8 heads looks too tall. I mean, then again, when I do a lot of characters, they are aliens, so there's different proportions for each race, so I don't have to adhere to it. But for the taller ones, yeah, that's fine. But I always find my humans tend to be, like, yeah, I think 7 about.
I think that it's good to aim for like 7 to 7.5 for like a more realistic looking human being. And 8 is very much like Renaissance ideal, huge. But then again,
you also have to think about like what your torso to leg ratio is. Because I know some people tend to skew it so that the legs are way too long. When, yeah, it's interesting.
I think that if you get above 8 heads, you start to delve into like Greek god territory. Like at that height, they just look like giants.
Well, at that point too, the heads start to become so small proportionate to the body. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So what point does
that's also a danger?
What point does Yowie hands fit into this formula?
Oh, that has to be considered from the beginning.
Now, are Yowie hands large or small?
Proportionate
to the body.
They're very large.
And wrong.
They're so wrong.
Alright, Bird, you still
I'm
getting
not
set
ready.
up?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Are you gonna take
I think I might actually be streaming, and I meant to not be streaming, but that's okay. People can look at the rabbit for a little bit while I get set up.
The rabbit?
This
as in...
barely a vehicle. And I'm okay with it.
The stream in OC Remix? I can't get OC Remix to stream right now.
Oh, that's a shame, because I'm listening to a damn good remix.
No, I personally can hear the remix, but I can't play the remix out. Like, it's not being picked up by,
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not being picked up by, OBS.
Now, as a design element, do you guys think that those sticks are necessary in their backpack? I'd almost prefer if they didn't have them.
No, the sticks of rebar are stupid.
You forget they're there constantly, though.
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while I'm like, oh yeah, that's just like a constant design thing, isn't it? And it is. And, I don't know. Let's see, does Shell read chat? Not
only
really.
if I look all the way to the right past where he is, then yes.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the way we've got it set up is Shell's sitting next to me. and it's not super easy for her to read.
Why do people have questions or something?
I mean, I can always relay stuff if I see the question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
But yeah, usually when I play games from home, I have to. It would be too much of a chore to put up several. I essentially have to watch your Twitch in order to know what was going on.
Yeah.
This is
Eventually
really
we'll have.
strange that I can't get a voice meter to go out. Huh.
I'm just waiting for you. Whoa! I'm
There
just
we
waiting
go.
for you to take us.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Bird to get in before we go places.
If I don't have any music, people are gonna complain.
Oh yeah,
rightfully
absolutely.
So I need to figure this out. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
very confusing.
I ain't complaining.
Who?
Okay.
You mean who are the three people here?
Myself, Bird, and Shell. I guess Shell's a new addition, so I wouldn't expect most people to know who Shell is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, seeing as Bird's on the slow side of things, let's spruce this sucker up.
People will wait for something
I really want to get to
good.
making that carousel. We went about making practically every other ride that we could think of yesterday.
Yeah, we got a little distracted by everything. The problem is
Okay, now we're good.
trying to make
it's
the
really
carousel.
too bad that you can't highlight and save builds and then build it again automatically in a world. Like, too bad they didn't
It
have
would be
that.
great to have a blueprint system, but I don't know if we're gonna.
Because
It's
I'm
pretty
already
difficult to serialize something like that, you know?
I'm already really missing the rocket horses. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, how do you serialize, like, a car without also serializing, like, what the current thruster output and stuff like that is? Like, separating that sort of stuff out takes a lot of, like, engineering to arrive at. So I totally understand if it's not a particularly high priority, but at the same time, it's sad.
It's sad because it would be so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm in.
Yep.
Let the crap
let's go.
mechanic commence.
Alright. So this is just a
Dude,
basic
land
wooden...
speeders are legit.
This is just a
They're really
basic
good.
wooden platform. Let's
Yep.
see. There's a launch pad over, yep, in the distance.
And you're attributing your ability to steer because of that glitch.
Yeah,
that
I
you
got
have?
4 of them if you see.
I do.
Yep. The Viking boat was better, but that would have taken longer to build.
Mm-hmm.
I think this kind of works. You might want to, in the future with platforms, instead of making it so low profile, have the thrusters be up a little bit higher.
I
That way
mostly
they-
wanted something that would get us over here with minimal work.
Valid point. Just saying, in the future for, like, quick, super sloppy builds,
Yeah.
it works fine.
Okay, so should we build a platform?
We need to find the
Or-
midpoint again.
Yeah, so we'll start with the straight up carousel this time, no distractions.
Is it alright if I build it out of wood?
Uh,
Lower platform?
yeah, build the lower platform out of wood. You guys can always find the midpoint by painting it.
Oh yeah, that's true. But
That
I'm already finding the midpoint of the platform itself,
Okay.
which is totally unnecessary, but it's being made.
Okay.
Alright, midpoint located.
Well, we might as well build it out at least a little bit so we have a nice wooden platform that we're all working on.
Sure.
Make this thing look nice. So why don't we make it,
I'll put a single rotator in the middle. We don't need to use that. I'm just using that
Yeah.
to mark off the midpoint.
So what do we think? About this big and do the diagonals, or do we want to expand it one more out?
No, this is perfectly fine. I like this.
Okay.
How are you? Wait, what did you do? This looks all weird. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
So are we making a circular shape?
Sort of. He's making a hexagon.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to make a hexagon than make a circle.
No, I understand, especially with the pixelated edges.
Yeah. We can add like ramps and some things, but this probably works the best.
Yep.
Wait, so how did you determine how many blocks across
You just
it
build
is?
out
So,
2,
Shell,
and then you make one that's a little bit
when you-
skinnier, and then you,
Here, let me
yeah.
show you
I
something.
mean, there are these lines.
Shell,
Yeah?
see how I'm building out this pallet here?
Mm-hmm.
That is the maximum size you can build for a pallet. Build 3 of them.
Oh.
It's in an L shape. And then go from there.
Supervisor bot, did I do a good job? I think I did a good job.
But now
You're
that I
fired.
built it, I can't move it, right?
Bird?
Yeah. What's up?
No.
How can I mass erase something?
Bird, this is the midpoint.
You built 2 off of it before making the diags. Got
there
it?
we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right click, and then drag it out to get the erase tool.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I actually just
this will be
made a sandbox.
interesting to see if I can repair it. So that's
Bird
that's
move.
one more out.
Bird move. Bird move.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, and then no, you didn't make it right. Now we need to start diagonalizing this thing.
Well, yeah.
So we just
that's
fill
really...
this section,
Oops.
and then we make it
No.
one.
What?
What? Let's do this. Move. Want to
Okay.
move.
I moved.
There.
Yeah, I just
Now we
done
start
that.
diagonalizing it.
Dude, I
That's not what you
just
did.
I had just deleted the blocks out, so it was that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I
You did
did.
it wrong.
I
You did
I
it
mean,
wrong.
I did it the opposite way, but it was still exactly what you just had.
Whatever, it's done. Okay, let's start notching this thing out. Or never mind. Bye.
See ya. I
Fine.
have replaced you with mechanical efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'm making constant mistakes here. This is bad.
Yes. We're starting earlier now. It's just a weekend thing. We almost always start much earlier on the weekends than we do
Yep.
otherwise.
Though, next week is going to be... I don't even know what we're going to be doing. Somebody's leaving us. Dying
Yep,
forever.
I'm leaving tomorrow. You'll be replaced with my cousin, John von Birdman, and he's not nearly
Smartislav?
as funny or charming or interesting, but you know, he does tell a mean story about you know, working in HR and all the crazy wackadoo adventures he gets into on a daily basis. Hoo-hoo. I'm just trying to think of the most milquetoast person. I think I managed to pull it off.
Yeah, HR would be pretty freaking milquetoast.
Yeah.
What else would
I
be?
love that word, by the way. It sounds boring when you say it. That's how descriptive that word is.
This is going to be a massive carousel, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's a carousel. They're not
It's-
small.
Yeah. We need room to build our horsies.
That too.
They can't be rocket powered this time, unfortunately.
But screw you, mine's gonna be so rocket powered. It's gonna play street hockey and wear goggles and be animated weird and have an uncle named Tito. And
This sounds like a Disney character almost.
it's an old, I believe, Nickelodeon cartoon, literally just called Rocket Powered.
Oh, you're talking about the one with the kids
Yeah,
that like played sports or whatever?
yeah.
Because Nickelodeon was like, we need to make sure our children learn to exercise, and then no children ever learn to exercise.
It was actually
It's fine.
pretty okay comparatively.
Yeah, it was good.
Whoops.
It's fine. It just got extended a little bit. This is
Okay.
not a perfect hexagon, but it will definitely do.
Yep.
We didn't
Alright.
measure the sides to be all equal lengths, but it's okay.
Uh-oh,
I
yeah,
mean-
'cause this one's maybe one more than it should have been.
No,
Oh, yeah.
it would be related by like angular stuff.
I didn't
not gonna
measure
be able to
my
get that.
diagonal at all.
No, we just kind of made it work out.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you want
it's
to, I
fine
could,
though.
if you want to, I
No,
can
no,
quick
no, no.
measure.
This
but-
is
okay.
Please don't. It's close enough for any
Okay.
sane person's amount of care.
Yeah, especially because this is a ground platform that doesn't matter. This is the part that can't be messed up too much.
Yeah.
Do we want it to be 3 pipes high?
A little bit higher.
Yeah, I think 4 would be good, so we have more up and down to play with.
That's good.
Okay.
And this way we can obfuscate the mechanisms that can like make it go up and down. like any sort of the machinery, so it looks we can have more room to decorate.
Okay.
I just get so quiet.
I really wish, yeah, the OC remix just kind of went silent on us. And it's like, huh. Alright.
Earthbound's gotta be quiet. Apparently.
Okay.
Now, are we
What's
actually...
this little green that you're doing at the top?
At the top?
Yep.
You know what? You're right. I don't need to do that. Sorry, I was thinking about my other design. The,
No, you don't need to for that
Well, are
one.
we
Make
gonna
the
make
make the weird virus thing that you did last time.
Whoa, wait.
Are we gonna
weird?
what?
Are we going to make the roof? And then you
Yeah,
hang everything off
we
of
can
that?
just we can put the roof over this.
So part of the thing is, Shell, you don't want to have too much weight on one bearing. It tends to get really cranky at you. So as much as I'd like to have a roof, it's probably going to have to be bare bones. We'll see.
fine then.
Well, we can
Actually,
build support
yeah,
beams
how
off
about
around
the-
the carousel
how about the-
and then put the roof over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how about the roof
Yeah.
just doesn't rotate?
Well,
No,
right,
the roof
it
won't
doesn't-
connect.
It doesn't need to.
The roof will technically be connected to, say, the platform on the bottom, and we just build it so it doesn't interfere with the spinning pipes.
Okay, what do we think? Eight pipes? 7 pipes? 7.
This is good. A little tight to the central mechanism, so maybe one more, if you can fit that in.
I don't think putting it out. I think this is a good spot to stop
Well,
it.
if we once we add the up and down part.
Oh, yeah, that's going to need to take a little bit of room at the end of the pipe.
Yeah.
So, okay. And we're saying it's, everyone tries to make their own up and down mechanism, and,
Yep.
you know, if you need help, holler, but otherwise, use your own engineering ingenuity to see if you can do it.
I don't even know what all of the things are.
Oh yeah,
actually,
we're gonna have
though.
to teach Shell how to. You know what? Do we want to take a short little? Actually, no. Bird, you work on yours. Shell, I'm gonna teach you how to use a controller. Sounds good? Come over here. I'm the jumping dwarf. Follow the jumping dwarf.
He's not follow. You don't need to follow. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it over here. All right. So I'm gonna build a wall. Gonna put a bearing in it.
Okay.
Going to add this. We're just gonna make kind of the basic rudimentary. I'm gonna make it taller. This is going to be problematic otherwise. Just to explain, because I'm just gonna show you the basics on how to get a rotating, you know the top
Right,
rotating
like
thing so you
here.
can do it. Okay.
And that allows it to spin at 2 points.
There you go. So, you know what? I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna make this as simple as possible. Not that it really matters, but still. Okay, so we've got
gotta
arm 1,
remember how
arm
to
2.
do
Should be easy
this.
enough. So press I. I'm just gonna show you how to do this. See this? See this?
Yes.
It's a controller. Controllers are how you program things to work in this game. So, put the controller down. Can be anywhere. You don't need to. You only need to be able to see the controller, not the controller access panel. See how there's like a little interface on it? That's completely irrelevant. It's just for decoration. You also need a switch. So I'm just going to slap a switch on top of it. The switch is, you
little
turn it
button.
on and off.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just learned something about the difference between controllers and engines that is actually totally obvious, and I'm amazed it took me this long to figure out.
What did you...
When you hook something up to a controller, it actually resists the inertia, but the gas engines don't have that.
Yeah,
they
they
still
don't.
obey gravity and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, they just give it force. Okay, so you
Yeah.
see how with the connection tool, I've connected it to both bearings. The
Okay.
order doesn't the order matters, but it doesn't matter how I hooked it up. It just matters that you remember which bearing is which. So Shell, why don't you look at the the controller and press E. Okay, so this is your rotation editor.
Okay.
So what happens is it will run through all of these commands in order. I'm just going to put mine down just so people can follow along. Oh, right, I need a bearing connected. I'll just slap one very quick thing down. I guess I could do the same thing sideways. Whoops.
Oh, shit. I just realized something.
Oh.
Huh. Try this and see what happens.
Okay.
How do you change any of these?
Click and drag.
Oh, I see.
Yep. So your goal is to get... Oh, shoot. That's not going to work either, is it?
I mean, I have my up and down already set up. If you want us to show her that, so she can just see something in action.
Well, you've got an engine, right?
You already made the demo. I see.
Yeah, I've
Never
already
mind.
made the demo. So, Shell, I'm going
see.
to let you puzzle through this one a little bit, and we can look at it. Now, here's the thing. Instead of...
It's not clicking and dragging properly, though.
You click, drag to the side, to the right. It's on the horizontal. So if you drag to the left, you can also go in the negatives.
I see.
Which
Or
is
you can just flip
important.
the rotator. I try to not worry about negative versus positive.
Yes.
I just want to see what happens here.
Okay. To get it to go, hit the switch. Press E to use.
Oh. But now I can't see what I'm even doing.
It's okay. It's not going very fast. So what it did was it just went 180 degrees. Bird, that is officially too fast. You will kill the children. They
this
will
is the
be dead.
carousel of death.
That
I'm
is a
sorry.
carousel
I
of
couldn't-
horror.
I just kind of wanted to see. Even the slowest engine speed is no, that's actually okay. That's off. That explains. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, this thing does not seem to want to go. It's very heavy, apparently.
Unfortunately, the pipes are
They must be heavyweight.
well, the pipes are medium weight, so that's a bit of an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably should have used
This is a perfect carousel speed.
Oh, absolutely.
This is good.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit on the fast side. Let's see if we drop it by 1, if that's good. Wow, it's either the most boring carousel or a carousel that goes at a clip, apparently. Well, that's fine. And then once we get more weight on this, it's going to be even worse, but I just wanted to see like how close I was getting. That's fun. This is already like very fun to watch. All right, let's turn that off.
I need to go further.
And
So Shell,
horsey now.
the problem is, and I was explaining this before I get distracted. This is only one rotation.
Right, I know, I need to do the other one as well.
So no. You press that button, it's gonna run through all these commands. It's not gonna loop. It's gonna get to the end and it's gonna stop.
Oh.
So, you see in the bottom how there's a little loop-de-loop symbol there?
Yeah?
That is how you get it to repeat. So instead of putting in all of these commands, you only actually
looks like
need
the
one.
30 increment isn't the correct one to do because it doesn't reach it to the end.
Well, actually, what this does is this adds, every step adds another, like that value. So first it adds 30 degrees, then it adds 60, then it adds 90, then 120. So it's not 30, it's not turning to 30 degrees every single time. It's adding that amount. So by the end of the third command, it's gone 180 degrees. Does that make sense?
Do you
so
think
is it
it's
just gonna
worth our
swirl
time?
faster and faster?
Yes. Here, why
Yeah.
don't you back out? I'll activate it so you can see what you've wrought.
Okay.
Just back out
Do
and
you
take a look
think-
at it. Okay, you looking?
Mm-hmm.
So notice how it's picking up speed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how you kill your children on your carousel.
It's kind of cool to watch. I didn't know you could actually do an accumulator like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was just
How did you do it?
adding
Oh, that's
30,
cool.
30
Yeah.
to every...
Oh, I see what you did.
You see, I was under the impression that every
didn't
stage
have a loop.
Well,
was...
yeah. Well, no. What she thought was every time. So the first step would be turn to 30 degrees, then 60 degrees, then 90.
Right.
That was my assumption. So I was
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to get it to 360, which meant I should have obviously added another
Yep.
like 45
It doesn't work
degrees.
that way. So I'm gonna just reset this real quick.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. This is learning. We made idiotic mistakes the first time we did this.
To be fair, that's not a very idiotic mistake.
No, that actually makes plenty of sense.
I was trying to puzzle it. I
Yeah.
didn't know what it would have
Mhm.
to do. I just thought that it was a sequence that you were plotting out.
Yeah.
Well, it is a sequence.
No,
It's
you can fully program them with like a loop.
Yep. Okay.
So Wander, I'm gonna propose that because this keeps winding up and up and up, and that's bad for the rotator and the server health. What we should do is we should have it go 360 in one direction and then reverse that in a single loop.
Bird, what do you mean? What do you mean it keeps winding up?
Like the as it wraps around, like the rotator has like keeps track of how many times it wrapped around.
No, it doesn't.
And then if you
Bird,
yes, it does.
Bird. Watch.
Really?
Watch. Let's let it go around 3 times.
Okay.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah.
Remember when we just yesterday we had the weird duck thing and
The ducks were witch
kept
magic.
wrapping around.
The ducks were witch magic.
No, I think that
Don't-
it seriously does
don't
keep
listen
track of
to
how many
the
times
ducks.
it winds around.
Don't listen to the ducks.
It keeps track. The ducks are not lying to me.
The ducks
Okay,
are
well,
lying
for the
to you,
sake of
Bird.
the server health, I'm gonna have mine
Bird,
always like try to go back to a 0 state.
what we should
and-
do, Bird, is just
Yep.
stop it every once in a while and be like, alright, back to 0, and then we go again.
Yeah, this works just as well.
I still think the ducks are lying to you and have infected your brain.
I don't think the ducks are lying to me. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna make a duck for my carousel.
Oh,
You said you would
right.
never make a
Dude,
duck
look at it.
again!
I turned the switch off and it's like freaking out.
Yep.
This is the switch with it turned off. I think maybe I don't know what's up. Wait,
It,
what?
it was clipping off of it slightly. I thought that was amusing.
Oh, you think the weight is the issue? That it just
I don't.
it
Think
wasn't
that's
able to get back
sturdy
to
enough.
0 because it was too
Too heavy.
heavy. Yeah, I think you're right.
I just noticed that the metal was actually being pulled off.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of an unfortunate thing. We can try making it out of very lightweight poles. Let's see, what is the table support weight? That's
It's
a
light.
lightweight.
Yeah, the table
So,
support is
I
the
did-
lightest
this
we
is
can
about
work
as
with.
This is
Yeah.
about as light as you can get, so this is just
Yep.
how it's gonna have to be.
Are we
Oh,
talking
well.
about how the carousel's wiggling a little bit, or...
No, it's about how the controller.
Also,
It's kinda
how is
janky.
anyone supposed to mount that? Even at its lowest
You just-
point, it. Well, I mean,
can
obviously
get on
we
it.
can jump up on it.
Yeah, Shell, don't make this for reality. Make it for scrap reality.
Fine.
I like it. No, you pushed me off.
I know that was my intention.
No.
I
Oh.
mean, I can. I need to just create still. This is just a base.
Stop kicking me off of my rotating thing. Oh, dude, we
Alright,
should
let's just
totally
make
make
this
like a
thing
Red
really
Rover situation at some point.
Nah.
What do you mean? Sending shell right over? I'm confused.
Well, no, we have like a lineup of cars and we like go bashing into each other. Some Bird, that is how you
What
killed
on
the child.
earth just happened?
That is how you killed the child.
I'm scared.
I'm actually using your screen to figure out where I need to go.
Oh. Alright, so Shell, you wanna try and make the infinite loopy thing? It's really quite easy. Trust me.
Also, I don't know if I.
I
want to be
think
first
I've made the
person anymore.
server die, Wander. I mean, not literally, but it's definitely. It's definitely. I want to get off. No, 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 no. This
Raise
is a
your
carousel,
child to
not
the
a
sky!
carousel. I'm
Fling
so
them into the
sorry.
distance!
I'm so sorry.
Baby, go bounce!
Okay, it's done. It's done.
No.
Is it?
It's done.
Is
I
it?
don't know. I
Bird,
think so.
did you liquefy the baby? Because it looks
Rotators
like
are scary sometimes.
it looks like you liquefied the baby.
Rotators are scary. And I don't know what happened, but it shouldn't have. This controller is a fresh controller. It has no rotator. It has no state
What?
associated with it.
What was that?
There's
What?
look at the controller, dude. Look at the controller and tell me that life isn't complete nonsense right now.
What? Wait, what? What? Wait, it doesn't even have a button attached. How is this thing? Bird?
Now, the question is, hey, I want to jump on this
Wait,
thing.
what? It's over.
It
Here.
stopped.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. Is it possible for me to jump out of it when it's at its peak? So
There's
that
no
it
inertia.
flings me
You don't
off
get
the-
flung.
I
Yeah.
won't get flung.
No.
No,
you
gnomes don't have inertia.
You do if
Sadly.
you pressed E at the apex of a jump, it kind of would, but not so much so.
I mean,
Barely.
Can I try?
Well, the thing is, it wasn't supposed to be doing that, but we can make that happen, sure. Give me 1 second here.
Well, I want to see what happens.
Alright, we just gotta hook it up to a button now. Alright,
Okay.
there you go.
Whoa. What? No.
Yeah, so
See,
the
there's no
dwarves-
inertia.
The dwarfs.
That's terrible.
Yeah, what we can do is like kind of hit a dwarf really hard, and it will give the dwarf a little bit of inertia.
Well, have you guys attempted to make a slingshot?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
we made a cannon. It was great.
railgun.
I mean, is it possible?
It
for
wasn't a
you...
rail gun, it was a flapjack
Actually,
gun or whatever that
have
person
you guys
called
ever
it.
made like a ballista?
You were in it.
You can't, I successfully made a ballista. It's not easy.
Yeah, Shell, you were in our best dwarf shooting device that we've ever made on your debut episode.
And it worked really quite nicely, if I
Yeah,
may say
that-
so.
So it was the one that propelled someone out
Yeah.
through the center because of all
Yep.
the wheels turning.
Yep.
All right.
That's the best thing we've figured out. We can try other things, but for the time being, we really should get this carousel
Carousel,
working before you come up with any
yes.
more ideas
Sorry.
that we end up getting distracted and do instead. So you wanna figure this out? By the way, I'm trying not to help you.
Well, the
as
problem
hard as I
is
can.
this computer's lagging so much.
I'm noticing that. That's kind of surprising.
I mean, I can see if it's because it reset the options.
Yeah, let's check your graphics settings.
Oh, yeah, that'll make a big difference.
It's all low.
Go to display. Drop it. Here. Can I see?
Mhm.
The heavy metal OC remixes are always great, except if they have vocals, and then they're horrible.
This is really weird. There's no 720p option for this game.
Wow.
All has to be
Okay.
high def.
Okay, that should run a lot better.
You can still smell like the, you know,
The barbecue
the
chicken
barbecue
from earlier.
chicken over the fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the s'mores.
Yeah.
The s'mores, not so much. I actually found out that it's possible to toast the
Wait,
same
what?
marshmallow 2 or 3 times over.
So, I'm looking. Shell, can you look at my rotating device?
Uh-huh.
My rotating device on your screen. Don't look at mine. Turn to your left.
Okay.
Turn to your left.
Yeah.
What is it doing? Hey, Bird, can you look at my rotating device?
It's...
Yeah, what? You made a pistol, what?
It's
You
not
made
doing.
an auto poker.
It's not doing that on my screen
I want
though.
to see if it does poke me.
It's only
On my
poking-
end, it's an auto poker. Poke, 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 poke.
Yeah,
poke.
so
It
it's
doesn't
doing the
even
same.
make-
It's doing the same thing on Shells.
It doesn't push me, though.
So what if happens if I
And now it's
activate?
going around the other
what?
way.
Oh God, Bird, look at it now.
Do you know what? This reminds me of, like, a worm. Maybe we could
It's
try
just
making a
and
robotic
now
worm
it works
next.
just fine.
Oh, that's weird because on
That's-
Shells it's like doing the like. You know how clocks do like the kind of
Tick,
ticket
tick,
ticket
tick,
ticket
tick.
ticket thing? It's doing that,
No.
which
This
is
one's
really weird.
This one is a perfectly smooth up and down motion like you want, but of course it's pistony instead.
Yeah,
You made
unfortunately,
like a reverse train wheel type of thing.
unfortunately,
Ducky.
anybody watching this on my screen is totally confused, which is a shame.
hmm
It's amusing. All right,
Okay,
Shell?
so I'll choose another rung, and...
Well, Shell, I still think you should get it programmed over here just so you know what you're doing, because it's going to be a big pain in the butt if you're trying to do it
Well,
on
it seems like
large scale.
Bird managed to make his own method.
It's the
Let me-
same.
Let me see what Bird did. Bird hasn't done anything
I did
yet.
the same setup.
But yeah, it's the same setup. It's easier to work on a micro scale than a big one. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like, this will save you time and effort and mostly sadness.
Okay, well, you never did demonstrate how...
If you
those
look
are
at my
oriented.
controller, despite the fact that it's wigging out, that's the proper programming. If you go back into first person mode, by the way, it's a heck of a lot easier interacting with stuff.
So it's just 360.
Yep. You have to take the rotation of your bearings into account, though. But that's it. It's actually really simple.
Well, are they both clockwise, or is there like a counterclockwise one as well?
Honestly, that's the best.
Well, it does look like one is clockwise, one's counterclockwise, because you have what the red and the blue opposite one another.
Our motto is measure never, cut always. We've measured nothing. I measured nothing. I mean, it's okay.
Okay, so now I need to find the components.
Middle of the wing. Okay.
Let's see.
I think making animals in Scrap Mechanic may be my favorite thing.
Yeah, I absolutely love doing the little sculptures. My dragon was really impressive last night.
Sculptures are so fun. I'm looking forward to seeing like more dragons and stuff today.
See, now I'm just imagining the pig ones that were on the old carousel. Those were hilarious.
Pigs.
Yeah.
Pigs are good too.
Big pigs.
Nice. Hello. People saying hello to me in chat.
Okay. How am I gonna do that? Oh, I know how I'm gonna do this.
What sort of animals is everyone gonna make?
Alright, so bird, you know
Yep.
when you're at a concert and people, like a metal concert usually, and people start throwing up the horns?
Are you gonna make devil horns?
Yes.
You're gonna make a corna? Okay.
What's the
That's a little bit intense for our carousel.
What's a corna?
It's the hook hands.
What?
You know, like the rock on hand gesture.
I cannot see up there. Do you stand atop those, what are they? This. Kerplop. Try this out.
Oh, I know how I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be really easy, actually. Okay.
This Mega Man remix is awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
This is one of my favorites.
Mega Man remixes tend to never disappoint.
Yeah, like, I told you I have that whole album of Mega Man remixes, right?
Yeah.
There were, like, 2 bad ones.
That's really a pretty good ratio.
It's so nice. Compared to, like, everything else, which has at least maybe, like, 2 or 3 bad ones. Like, truly awful ones.
Yes. Like,
Sonic.
unlistenable, like, oh,
Yeah.
who made this one? Sonic ones tend to be terrible.
I don't know. Really? I think, like,
Oh,
Sonic
ones are awful.
I would say ones based on, like, the old Sonic games tend to actually be pretty good.
I mean, the Sonic ones, like, they tend to always have, like, rapping and stuff.
Oh, you're right.
I
Well,
don't know why that's a trend with music.
you're probably thinking of,
Yeah.
like, you know, Sonic Adventure remixes, as opposed to,
No,
like...
I hear, like, the ice, like, do 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 do.
Oh,
that one
you're right. There
was
is
like
that one.
rapping and stuff. Yeah.
That is a bad one.
This this Mist remix sounds like a damn Hotline Miami track. I'm a huge fan of it.
What? There's a Mist Uru one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm listening to an Uru OC remix right now.
And what's the title of the song? Is it Garishan?
Ages Beyond.
Oh.
That might just be the name of the album. I don't know if that's the name of the song on the...
Actually, you know what?
I actually had
Devil
it.
horns are funny, but I
had
have
actually
idea.
ordered it directly from Cyan back when they still had it available online. And I kept the envelope that they gave it to me in because it was like a really nice cardboard envelope with all of these different stamps and stuff on it. I used it to save a chipmunk and take it outside. But in any case, no, I absolutely love Myst, and I actually cosplayed from that game. I wore a suit of armor that had all these glowing LED lights on it. It was awesome because it was the maintainer suit. Don't know if anyone knows what the maintainer suit looks like.
I'm not a big Myst person. I'm kind of a big Myst person. I played the original Myst, but I'm not like that.
Yeah, I've
good
played
at it.
I've played all of the games. It was interesting because for the adults, like my father and all his friends and stuff, it was sort of a thing where they would compare notes.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it would, by the time the 4th game came around, I was playing them on my own. And then I finally went back and I was able to play all the other ones.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love it for the environment, the aesthetic. Just
First major 3D game too.
right, and I mean also just the act of using books as a means to take one to another world is just metaphorical in and of itself. I mean,
yeah.
And there was also a long-standing dilemma in the series. I mean, obviously, the family had huge issues. I mean, you had sons betraying fathers.
Oh, you mean the brothers didn't get along? Wow, what a surprise.
Well, no, like even Atreus's father was a horrible person too. Who had
their dad was terrible. He trapped his sons in
no,
like, prisons and stuff.
Atreus's dad was bad. That's the father of the twins. Like the father of the father. He kidnapped his wife Catherine and a bunch of other things, but you have to read the novels. There are 3 novels, and
I haven't read any of the Myst novels.
Yep. So those are good
well.
too. Actually,
Video game novels tend to be better than you would expect by a pretty healthy margin.
well, especially when they're written by the creator too.
Yeah,
that's always
true.
a good thing. But with that, they go really in depth, at least in one of the books, into the history of how everything began with the Denis civilization that lived deep in the bowels of the earth, and how they developed the art of writing and everything like that. But what was interesting about that was, I mean, it was the downfall of a civilization and how Atreus and Gen came about and all that. But yeah, the whole family is messed up, and by the end of the series, a lot of people die. Yep. But they actually got some pretty good actors too. You know Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings? He played the villain Saavedro in the 3rd game. And he had blamed the twin brothers for destroying the linking book that led to his family's world, and he had no means to get back to them. So he had essentially been on his own, plotting revenge against Atreus, and so that was a huge deal.
Yeah, it sounds like the books have a lot more context to them than I expected.
Well, these aren't the books; these are the games that I was talking about there. But
oh, okay, you kind of flipped and I got confused.
For anybody wondering, this is her cosplay.
Are you showing it?
Yeah.
On the Twitch? Oh yeah, that's me. That was back when we had the old apartment, and that's a linking book that I had made for my Myst-themed birthday party back in high school. Yeah.
Oh, people are asking if I can make the bird pink, just like the mobile home was. Well, it wasn't supposed to be pink. That was Wanderbots doing. This is a bird, and it's not going to be tainted with his influences. While I'm watching, though it will be when I'm not watching.
Now I need to figure out the mechanisms.
Go away! Don't look at it. I don't even want you to look at it.
Now, do I hide the mechanisms inside my animal?
You weren't watching. You weren't watching. You were too busy with me.
It's okay. So here's the thing. This yellow is a cold yellow, and it looks awful compared to the nice, like, cad yellow that this duck is. And I think the pink looks better, because at least it's the right temperature, you know? And it's still very Eastery. Joke's on you, now I got you to paint this thing, and I didn't have to work at it.
So, do I put the control mechanisms inside the animal prior to actually,
You made
it's
it
a robin.
rooster.
It's a robin.
That's awesome.
Human robin.
That's cool.
And or turkey.
Control mechanisms? No, you can retroactively add them.
Yeah, you don't
I
need the
think,
control
with
system
pretty
immediately.
pretty reasonable success.
Oh, okay.